morning, lovely yogis. So for our class this week, all you'll need is a block or a thick book. And once you have that and you're ready, sit onto your block on its lowest height with your legs in a cross-legged position, pushing your feet a little bit farther out from your body so that your knees have a downward slant. And then sitting up nice and tall through the spine and taking 3 deep releasing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop with the exhale. Once more. Starting to become present in this space. Letting everything happening outside of this space just fade away. So we're moving from ahimsa, non-violence, into Satya, truthfulness. It is our second yama. And our question for journaling and meditating and being mindful on this week: observe the difference between real and nice. Notice situations where you were nice. What did this experience invoke in you? What were the results? Notice situations where you were real. What did this experience invoke in you? And what were those results? From whom or what do you seek approval? Does this affect whether you act from niceness or realness? So that will be written below the video in the bio on YouTube for you to copy down in your journal after class. So let's start to bring awareness to our breath, closing our eyes, sitting up tall through the spine. And we want to bring our ujjayi breath in, so a slight constriction in the back of the throat. It feels like you would be fogging up a mirror. You want to make that ha sound in the back of your throat while you're breathing in and out through your nose. In Yin Yoga, I call it the ocean breath. While you're sitting here, focusing on your breathing, listen about Satya, truthfulness. This week we're introducing ourselves to truthfulness and focusing on being real rather than nice. The jewel of Satya, or being truthful, isn't necessarily safe, but it is good. Truth has power to right wrongs and end sorrows. We may think that the truth means simply not fibbing to our mom when she asks if we ate the forbidden cookie. But truth demands integrity to life, and to our own self, that is more. When we are real over nice, when we choose self-expression over self-indulgence, when we choose growth over the need to belong, and choosing fluidity over rigidity, we begin to understand the deeper dynamics of truthfulness, and we begin to taste the freedom and goodness of it. There is nice, and then there is real. Nice can sometimes cloak the lies. It is an imposed image of what one thinks they should be. It is the packaging of self in a presentable box imposed by outer authority. Remember, there is a difference between nice and being kind. So real comes from the center of our unique essence and speaks to the moment from that center. Real asks us to live from a place where there is nothing left to defend and nothing to manage. Real is something we might not always like in another, but we come to know that there will be no surprises. Real is trustworthy. What is driving you to distort yourself or silence yourself or say no when you mean yes? Let's take a few more deep breaths. Again, elongating the spine with your inhale and softening the tongue, jaw, and shoulders with your exhale. Take one more breath in and out. And then let your eyes open, bringing yourself forward off of your block. Remaining in that gentle cross-leg position. Hands come to your knees. We're going to start to draw circles, turning the spine over the hips. Taking your time with this movement. Not really focusing on anything except opening through the lower back, through the spine with these movements. And pausing, switching directions. Nice and big circles. And bringing yourself up nice and tall through the spine. Let's switch our legs so that the other leg is crossed in front. And then again, start to turn the spine over the hips. This time we're going to bring our breath in. So as you move forward, you're going to inhale, expand the belly, and as you move around, exhale, rounding through the spine and pulling your belly button in. Inhale, expand the belly forward. Exhale, pull it in, around the back. Feeling that motion, move with the tummy. Pausing and switching directions. Inhale forward, exhale round, back. Keep the jaw soft, focus on the breath. And meeting back in the middle. Let's bring our right hand down to the ground beside us, walking our fingertips away, and then planting our palms in. So there's lots of length down the left side body. Bring your left arm around and in front of you, lifting it up and over, and breathe here, opening the heart to the sky. Lots of space between your arm and your cheek. And flow back down. Other side, left hand comes down, walk your fingers away. Plant through the palm of the hand and sweep your right arm up and over, rolling the heart open to the sky. Breathing up and down your right side body. Don't hold the breath. And flow the arm back down. Other side, walk the hand out, plant the hand in. This time we're going to draw big circles backwards with our arm. Coming back and around. Breathing as you go. So when you're inhaling, your arm is sweeping past your face. And then exhale back and around. Keep the tongue down and away from the roof of the mouth as you're breathing. Big circles, feeling that stretch through the armpit. And then back to the other side. Walk the left fingertips down, plant the hand, and start to draw your circles. Big breath in. Exhale around. Taking your time with your circles, feeling all those sensations through your arm. And coming back up. So let's bring the bottoms of our feet together into a butterfly. Pressing your heels towards one another. We're coming back to lean on our hands. So our fingertips are pointed forward and we're pressing our shoulder blades back towards one another. Lifting the chest up to the sky. Be here and breathe just for a moment. Focusing on bringing those shoulder blades towards one another. Taking full breaths. And then bring yourself forward again, drawing some circles with your wrists in one direction, the other. We'll be doing some finger stretching, getting the prana flowing through the body. And then we're bringing our legs around behind us, coming into our tabletop position, wrists stacked under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, elbows are pointed backwards. So if you need to do a slight out turn of the hands to make that happen, not too far, that's too far, find a middle ground. And 3 cat-cows, inhale, lift the heart, drop the belly. Exhale, round to the spine, push through the palms of your hands. Inhale, expand the belly, lifting. Exhale, pull the navel in. One more, inhale. And exhale. Recentering the spine. Inhale the right arm out to the side. Exhale, threading it under the left, coming to rest on the shoulder and the side of your temple. So you want to press through the back of your right hand into the ground so that you feel that resistance. And then if it's available, Bring your left hand back and around, wrapping it behind the back. Continue to push through the back of your right hand and breathe. And left hand plants beside, pressing up through the palm, back to tabletop. Inhale, left arm out. Exhale, threading it under the right. Resting on the side of your temple, adjusting, and then start to press through the back of your left hand. Strong push, bringing the right hand up and around, wrapping it. Breathing, continuing to roll back the right shoulder. Trying to stay with the quality of your breathing. Right hand plants and bringing yourself back up. So readjust so that your wrists are stacked under shoulders, elbows pointed backwards, knees are under hips. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and press back into your first down dog of the day. Walking your heels one at a time towards the ground. Focusing on a nice straight spine. So you're grounding through the palms of your hands. Your shoulder blades are down and away from the ears, so you feel lots of length in the back of your neck. Breathing fully. And then let's bend our left knee and press our right heel down towards the ground, lift the tailbone, and just hold this position for 2 full breaths, in and out. Switching so that your right knee is bent and your left heel presses down. Bringing your belly down towards your right leg. Soften through the back of the neck and breathe. And then both heels are coming down towards the ground. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to. Again, nice straight spine, lift the tailbone. And then lift your gaze between your hands, stepping both feet up. We're going to inhale, lift halfway, pause in here. So with our halfway lift, our spine is straight. Our knees have a slight bend, our feet are grounded, and we're gazing ahead, breathing. One more breath in, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Letting your neck be heavy towards the ground, keeping the weight evenly distributed through your feet. Inhale again, lift halfway, straighten through the spine. And exhale, come forward. Inhale, lift halfway, straightening. Exhale, forward. One more time, inhale, lift halfway. Bringing your hands to your hips, keeping your spine straight. Inhale for the rest of the way up. Lifting my hands towards the sky, take your breath in. And exhale, hands come down into the Anjali Mudra over your heart. Let's do a couple sun salutations. So from the top of your mat, feet hip distance, inhale, lifting. Exhale with that straight spine, hinge from the hips, coming all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, look ahead of you. Plant your hands and step both feet back into high plank. Once you're in high plank, you can come down to your knees, or keeping a straight line from heels to shoulders, bring yourself forward a little, bend your elbows back, chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog or cobra. You're in up dog, you're pressing through the top of your feet, legs are floating, hips are floating, breathing in. And then exhale, lift the hips, pressing back into your downward facing dog for 4 full breaths. Keep that tension rolling down and away from the neck. Gazing either towards your belly button or behind you, through the legs and behind. And then lift the gaze to the hands, step both feet up. Inhale, lift halfway, straightening. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms, coming up slowly so that the spine is straight. Exhale, back to the heart. Again, inhale, lifting. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, look ahead. Plant your hands, step both feet back into your high plank, bringing yourself forward, bending through the elbows, into upward facing dog, breathing in. And exhale, lift the hips, back to down dog. Another 4 full breaths. In and out through the nose. Inhale, lift the gaze, stepping both feet up. Lift halfway, inhaling, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, coming all the way up. Exhale, back to the heart. Sun salutation B. So let's inhale, sweep our arms up in front of us, sitting back into our chair, leaning into your heels. And then exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant your hands, step both feet back into high plank. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. So we're stepping our left foot at an angle, bringing the right foot between our hands, lining your heels up, pressing up into warrior one. Reaching the hands straight up, hips are squared to the front of the room. Take a couple breaths here, just letting the back of your left leg open. Exhale, flowing back down. Bring the right leg back, high plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're angling your right foot, stepping your left foot up, heels lined up. Your left knee is stacked directly above left ankle. Bring yourself up. Reaching hands, keeping space between your arms and your cheeks. Breathing and lifting. And exhale, flow back down. Bring the left leg back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to down dog for 4 full breaths. Keep the breath flowing, softening where you can. Lifting the gaze between the hands, step both feet up. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. So we're bringing our seat down, bending through the knees, coming back into chair pose. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs, coming back to your mountain pose. Perfect. So, taking our block, the top of our mat on its highest height, and taking a step back from it. You're aligning the inside of your right foot up with the outside of the right side of the block. Make sure you have a full foot in between you and the block. Keep your right foot planted, step your left back into triangle. Heels lined up, back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hinge from your hip, pull forward, and let the arms sink down. Left fingertips up towards the sky, keeping your left shoulder opening, keeping your hips squared towards the side of the room, and breathe fully into your left side body. Bringing the thought of truthfulness into your mind, asking yourself, am I being truthful in my practice? Is that, am I talking kind to myself? And am I being gentle with myself? Inhale, left arm leads you back up. And then we're going to fix our feet. So keep your right foot where it is, stepping your left foot up just a little bit. Heels line up, left foot is angled. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Right hand to your right hip. Inhale, left arm up. Hinge forward, pulling with that left hand and bringing it down to the block in front of you. Wrist is stacked under shoulder. When you're ready, you're twisting your torso towards the right, opening the heart. Both legs are straight. And reach out through the top of your head. Breathe. Pressing through your right foot, windmill your arm back up and over, and come back to the front. Left foot lines up with the outside, the left side of the block. Take a step back from it, and then step your right foot back for triangle pose. Heels lined up, back foot parallel to the back of your mat. Inhale, arms T position. Exhale, hinge. Pull forward with the left hand. And let it come down. Again, both legs are straight here. And then opening your left hand up to the sky. Breathe fully into the right side body. If you find yourself reaching forward like this or like this, Bring your hand back of the leg so that you're nice and straight and that you can comfortably reach up to the sky. And inhale, lead yourself back up. Fixing the stance, heels are lined up, hips are parallel to the front, hips are square to the front, and your left hand is on your left hip. Inhale up. With the right hand, exhale, leaning forward, bringing the hand to the block in front of you. Wrist under shoulder, right hip is still coming forward, staying square. Rolling yourself open to the left. Breathing here. You can keep your hand on your hip or extend to the sky, whatever feels best. Full ujjayi breathing. And then you're pressing through your left foot, windmill back up, and come back to the front of the mat. Removing your block to the side, coming into a balancing pose. So if you need the wall for support, make your way there. Hands to your hips, lift your toes, spreading them, and then gently placing them down. So you feel nice and grounded. Shift your weight into your left foot, and then you're bringing your right knee straight up in front of you. Oh dear. Flex your right foot. Find a drishti spot to focus on in front of you, grabbing onto the outside of your right knee, and breathe. Keep your right knee lifted. And then open your right knee up, over to the side. Keeping the right foot flexed, breathing and balancing. Bring the knee back to the center, grabbing on with both hands, pulling it in towards your belly, and then pointing your right toe straight out in front of you, keeping the leg lifted. Keep breathing. You're slowly lowering that leg back down. And then shifting to the other side. Feet are hip distance. Lift the toes and spread them. And place them down. From here, shift your weight into your right foot. Lifting the left knee up in front of you. Flex the left foot. Finding your focal point and breathing. Opening the leg over to the left side. Keep the knee lifted. Same focal point. Soften the jaw. Lift through the top of your head. Bring the knee back into the center, clasping with both hands. Pull it in. And then point your toes straight out in front of you. Keep the leg lifted. And slowly start to lower. Perfect. Wiggling the hips back and forth. One more balancing pose. Spread the feet. Spread the toes. Shift the weight into the left foot. And we're coming into tree pose. So plant through the left, bring the right foot up to the inner thigh, or it can be at your calf or at your ankle, not at the knee. Press your heel in, and the knee is opening. Keeping keeping yourself balanced, hand at your heart center. If you fall out, that's okay. Just means it's windy in the room. We'll take one more full breath in and out. And then bring the knee around forward and slowly lower down. Do a little wiggle from side to side with your hips to release that. Other side, planting through the bottom of your right foot. Shift the weight into that right foot and bring your left leg up. Now this might look different on the other side. Press your heel in, open the leg to the left, hands to the heart. Breathe full deep breaths. And then you're bringing your knee forward and releasing back down. Do a little wiggle. Maybe roll your ankles a couple times. And we're transitioning. So angle your feet out, toes out, heels are angled in. Remember, if you have knee issues, only come halfway down. Inhale, reaching your hands up to the sky. And exhale, squatting your sit bones down. So once you're down, do a little wiggle to get yourself a little deeper in. And then we're going to press our elbows into our legs, hands in the Anjali Mudra, pressing in towards our heart, lifting up. So you're trying to straighten your spine up and lift your gaze. Deep breaths here. And then we're going to again rock. So you're letting your heels come up and down as you rock from side to side. Bringing some motion into those hip flexors, down the backs of your legs, through your calf muscles. Coming back to settle into the center, we're going to open our arms 3 times and close. So inhale, open big, lift yourself, grow yourself, and exhale, come down. Reaching in front of you, round the spine. Inhale, growing up straight into the spine. You can move to your toes. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, grow big. And exhale, come down. Reaching out in front of you. And with control, slowly come back to your seat. Once you're on your seat, you're bringing your feet towards the edges of the mat, and we're going to do a no hands windshield wiper. So bring your hands to your heart center and slowly start to move both knees to the right and over to the left. Doing this a few times with control. Feel what it's moving in the hip flexors, maybe through the core a little bit. Once more to the right, once more to the left. And then stretching your legs out in front of you. So you're sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Your toes are flexed to the sky. Let's bend our right knee and plant our right foot. Make sure there's a hand's distance between your foot and your left leg. And then we're bringing our right hand behind us to the mat, pressing in. Feel some lift through the spine. Left toes are flexed. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And exhale, you can either tuck the elbow on the outside or grab onto the knee to twist. Pull the belly button in and up and breathe through any pressure in the twist. And slowly release the elbow from the leg, coming back to the front. Resetting. Bending your left leg in. Hands distance between the foot and the leg. Flex your right toes. Left hand comes around behind, presses into the mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Twisting, pulling the belly button in and up. Lifting through the top of your head. Feel it through the mid-spine. And then exhale back to the front. Bringing our legs into a wide V in front of us. So you want to sit yourself up and forward. You can have a block in front of you at whichever height you need. Flex your toes up to the sky again. Inhale, lift up through the heart, through the spine. And then exhale, slowly bring yourself forward. So the block is there for your forehead, for your elbows, or for your hands. Take a few deep breaths through the inner seams of the leg, keeping your toes flexed. Coming back to our truthfulness. Are you being truthful with yourself about how you feel? Is the internal dialogue honest? Take 3 more full breaths. And inhale, slowly walking yourself back up. We're bringing our torso, lining it up over the left leg. Take a deep breath in, lift up through the heart. And exhale, walk yourself down. Again, you're hinging from your hip. Keeping your shoulders down and away so you're not rolling through the spine. One more breath in and out. And inhale, walking yourself back up. Come back to the center, lift through the spine. Twisting over to the right. Line that torso up. Your toes are both still flexed to the sky. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And exhale, come down over the right foot. Over the right leg. You can have your hands just tiptoeing on the outer sides of your leg. You can grab onto your calf muscle. You can grab onto your toes, whichever works for you. One more breath, in and out. And slowly walk yourself back up. Coming to the center, inhale, lift up through the spine. We're going to bring our right elbow on the inside of our right leg. Pressing through that elbow to roll our heart open to the sky. And left fingertips either come up and over, or you can roll them around, reaching over your right toes that are still flexed. Your breath is your moving meditation. As you inhale, you're rolling your heart open to the sky. And as you exhale, you're softening through the jaw, softening the thoughts. And let the arm come back down. Centering again. Inhale, lift up in the middle. Exhale. Left elbow on the inside of the left leg, pressing your hand towards the leg. Press into that elbow, roll yourself open, and bring your right arm up and over, pointing over your left flexed toes. Breathing fully. Slowly release back and around. Bring your hands behind the backs of your legs. Inhale, lift up through the heart and chest. And as you lean back, drag your heels in towards the side of your mat. Leaning back on your hands. This time, when you're windshield wiper, you're supported. Coming into a cross-leg position, a loose one. So your legs are pushed a little bit farther away from your body. And then we're going to bring our hands into T position, inhale. And as you exhale, arms come back and around behind, bounding the arms, hands to elbows. Nice firm grip, inhale, lift up through the heart. And exhale, leaning forward. Slow the breath down. Inhale, coming back up. Once you're up, release your arms. Make sure your block is right beside you. We're rolling down to our back body. So we're going to roll up and down 5 times through the spine. So you're hugging your knees into your belly, and then you're coming down. Rocking back up. 2, 3, 4, one more. 5, you're up. And then slowly come down to your back body. Hugging your knees into your belly, gently rocking from side to side. And then stretch yourself out completely as well. Your fingertips down to the toes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Release all the muscles into the ground. Take a moment finding some stillness. Alright, so bend your knees and plant your feet in nice and close to your sit bones. Hip distance apart. Hold the shoulder blades under the back body, coming with your block at whichever height works for your body, low, medium, or high. Lift the hips, sliding the block at the sacrum, the lower back. So not too low and not too high. There's a sweet spot there. Adjust your shoulder blades. Continue to plant through the feet. And then just stay here breathing. Letting your back sink back into the block. You're breathing, letting the breath slow down and soften. We're preparing ourselves for Shavasana pretty soon. Last week we worked the Ahimsa, which was non-violence, and this week we're working with Truthfulness. And these are the first two because they are the most important in yoga philosophy. They go hand in hand, non-violence and truthfulness. One without the other. And together they work to make a very pure kind of love. But if there is any kind of disagreement between truthfulness and nonviolence, the truthfulness will always bow to nonviolence because first and foremost, do no harm. Let's take 5 more full breaths, feeling the belly move. After your last exhale, slowly start to push through the bottoms of your feet, not lifting your hips left yet. You're just shifting your weight into your feet. Slowly, we're activating the muscles in our lower back. When you're ready, lift your hips just enough to slide the block out. And slowly lower the hips back down to the ground. Once they're down, take a moment to pause, just feeling any kind of sensation. Maybe it feels warm in your lower back. If you need to do one last hug before bringing yourself into Shavasana. Lay flat onto your back. Folding the shoulder blades under so you have lots of breathing room. Your feet and your legs are naturally falling away from one another, so you're not holding on to anything in the lower body. And your hands are out at your sides, palms up or down, whatever feels best for your shoulders. Everybody is different. And then your chin is slightly tucked, and you feel length through the back of your neck. Take an intentional swallow, clearing your airway. Let's take 3 deep releasing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. tension and of stress through the body. Your limbs are heavy. Your heart and your mind are soft and light. Letting yourself lay here for time and letting yourself reset and refresh. Slowly start to bring your awareness back into your body. Breathing a little bit deeper. Starting to wiggle fingertips and toes. And if it feels good for you to stretch your body out completely or to hug your knees into your belly, you can do both or neither. Ready, rolling onto your right side, cradling your head, and taking a few deep breaths there. Pushing through the left hand. Coming back up to your seat. Sitting up nice and tall again. Keeping the eyes closed and simply breathing, letting your practice integrate and reflecting. bringing your hands to your heart center in the Anjali Mudra. Truthfulness turns us from lies and half-truths to expressing our uniqueness and authenticity. Is my yes coming from a dark corner or from the light in my heart? I know that in embracing on nonviolence, I shall be running what might be termed a mad risk. But the victories of truth have never been won without risk. Sealing the practice with one Om, inhaling and exhaling first. Inhaling to Om. Thank you so much for tuning in to the new series. Namaste.